Mothman. Stands on two legs, is 8 to 10 feet tall. Has 2 wings, 2 massive glowing red eyes, 6 bulging abs, and a knack for showing up before disasters. Those are the facts. But what lays beyond?
Let's find out.
It's time for another episode of Beyond the Truth, Monsters, Myths, Legends, and Lore.
Welcome to Beyond the Truth, the official podcast outgrowth of the Finding the Truth series, where we explore the truth surrounding the truth of monsters, myths, legends, and lore. Today on the show, I have, as always, cheers really close, my brother, Micah, my beautiful wife, Sarah, my less than beautiful cousin, Jess. You want to say hi? Yeah, we're doing the podcast right now. So each time, I don't want to get right into stuff, so each time we're going to do a little bit of small chatter to start off the episode.
What?
Small talk.
Just so we do the show, and then this is a podcast that we'll do in between some of the shows.
I think you should change outgrowth.
You should change
What
is like the actual definition of outgrowth?
Years though. Yeah, we're getting really off subject. So we're talking today about.
You wanted small chatter. This is small chatter.
Okay, small chatter end here, and now
something that grows out of something else.
That's outgrowth.
I said no phones. I thought
a natural development or result of.
That's fine. Okay, and then
I wouldn't say that's this.
Then small chatter ends here, and then we talk about
sounds weird.
So what's the monster?
What's the monster?
Jesse, you were our expert on the episode of Mothman, and every episode we're going to talk about the best evidence that's out there. But I think, humbly, I would say that our episode and our research was probably the best that I've seen out there. And you were the expert on that. So talk to us a little bit. What are some additional things that you thought we brought to the table that other people hadn't brought to the table about the Mothman?
So we did an episode of Finding the Truth. We did it on the Mothman. We went out to West Virginia, and we explained what the Mothman was and what we brought to the table. And if people want to check out that episode, I talk really intelligently.
Make sure you point it towards your mouth. Just want to get it right.
Towards my mouth.
Point your microphone towards the mouth. Oh, Dana, that's a little close.
Yeah, if you check that episode out, I think I make a lot of good points about who the Mothman is.
And make some of those points here for the people out there.
I know we said a lot about how tall he was.
Yeah, I said that one earlier this episode. The 8 to 10 feet tall is what we talked about. So additionally...
I think we mentioned like a wingspan.
Yeah, we mentioned that. Like, what would be additional content that we could bring to the table?
Like additional stuff.
Yeah, new stuff that they, because we went there, we were on the ground, we stayed at the hotel, we stayed in the town, we interviewed the owner's daughter of the museum.
Yeah.
And
we went to the spot where the original encounter.
Yeah, well, tell me about that. Like, tell me about the spot.
You as the expert,
you have a lot of info.
As the expert,
you're supposed to be you're supposed to be the expert.
I mean, I would kind of. I mean, I'm going to piggyback off what you said. Like, we went to the town, interviewed, but I know. I know we talked about.
Make sure you point the microphone to towards your mouth. Yeah.
Actually, none of them.
What were some of those? What were some of the locals?
No, what were you? Why don't you just give the people at home? I just want to give them like a general layout of like, hey,
what
here's
Mothman
some.
Is.
No, not. I already did that at the beginning of the show. That was the intro, and then we'll go into some like additional. What's the best evidence that's out there? So I would say some of the best evidence that we have out there would be some of the stuff that we captured while we were out there, and there was a palatable feeling throughout that town. And people the one thing that I think didn't make the cut because we didn't have cameras rolling, so it's really hard to have it make the cut, was the conversation we had at the bar at the Low Hotel.
Yeah.
What happened there? That was the thing. What was the bartender? What did he say?
The Mothman one. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so we did. Well, where we were staying, there was a bar in the hotel, right? So we didn't have to drive to a bar.
Yeah, I said that. The thing that's important is that he. Sorry,
I would go back to the igloo thing because I know I watched the video a lot.
Right.
and I actually know the Mothman.
And hundreds of
have
people
been there.
have now looked at that
I've-
episode.
I've seen.
Hundreds.
Like,
And
this
what's-
is my.
viral
And what was your take?
among our friends.
I mean, I was terrified. I think you guys got a lot of footage of obvious.
It was a split second.
Of obvious what? All right, sorry about that, guys. We're having technical difficulties a lot with the cameras. We'll get it
she
sorted
is a
out by
hunter
episode
for,
2. We have sponsors for a lot of these episodes.
Our sponsor.
The first one is our first signer on. So they got the deal of being in the first episode is Survivor's Lunchbox. This episode of Beyond the Truth is sponsored by Survivor's Lunchbox. Get ready-made survival food shipped to your door. When the economy and the market are shut down, make sure you have a meal plan shipped to your door every week. Healthy, delicious, and fluoride-free. Survivor's Lunchbox.
Survivor's Lunchbox? What do they do again?
They paid for us to read it once.
It's like going to the grocery store and having food.
Yeah.
That's the same.
No,
I'm
we
sure
talked
it still
about
comes.
doing
That's
that
the
before.
point.
After
Because of-
society collapses.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, it could be any time.
Yeah, okay.
I picture like Mad Max.
All right, so this is now, this part of the thing, after I do the ad, is the talk, okay?
The talk.
What are your thoughts on the story and the evidence? So what are your thoughts when it comes to the Mothman? What would start to, yeah, so just your general, what are some of the things that are big takeaways for you about the creature?
I think I went into the Mothman episode feeling skeptical because of the lack of evidence.
Yeah.
Am I going to have to hold this the whole time?
Well, I thought there was a lack of evidence. Because like there was a ton of evidence actually at the museum for the movie.
Well, yeah, there was proof that they did make a movie.
Yes.
It was, I don't know. When we went there, I was kind of skeptical because all the evidence was like handwritten, like letters from high schoolers who were like in the woods in the middle of the night, probably, I don't know, drinking, doing drugs.
Right.
We went to the place.
Right.
It obviously isn't a place where like good, wholesome children are hanging out.
Right. No, this
Learning
town is
to tell
very.
the
There's a lot going on there.
Yeah.
But after the bridge collapsed, this is what I found the most interesting.
Yeah.
After the blip, I can't talk.
The blip.
After the bridge collapse,
Yeah.
the economy in the town kind of sinks because like they built
Right.
the bridge on the other side of the river.
Right.
And that's one of the things that I thought that was very interesting. There was a lot of skeptics were saying that the town made this up because now that the bridge was
which
built,
makes sense.
the highway was passing by that.
Bypassing.
Right, and so they needed something to drive tourism back to the center of town, which is right where the Mothman Museum is. But I knew there was some evidence that we thought of that proved that was probably not the case, but I can't for the life of me remember
I mean, that
what it would
town's
be.
just too pretty.
Yeah. No,
just thought
it
it was
wasn't.
pleasant.
It wasn't.
Yeah, I
that.
mean,
It
like
was
people would
nice.
just
It was
go there
fine.
'cause it's
It was
nice.
fine. It was
I
fine.
mean, I went there. I thought it was really
Nice
I liked the
people,
hotel.
nice
The old
people.
hotel for,
Nice
Yeah.
personality.
They
Didn't have a lot of money in that
gave us
town.
the key to the
To the-
hotel,
yes,
and they
I
were
remember
like,
that.
Lock up when you get back. At night.
That is true,
We were
actually.
like, okay.
The
Yeah,
front
the
door. We had to
hotel,
lock the front
They
the
door.
said-
last person
Try and be
in,
quiet,
last
'cause
guest
there's-
in had to lock up
Yeah,
the
They
building
were like,
Well, how do you know when the
"Be
last
quiet
guest
coming
is
back
in?
because the door's locked.
They said that to us.
You
They
just lock it
said,
behind you.
Careful, like
Oh,
quiet
'cause
when
you
you
have
come
a key.
back in though, because there is another couple that is renting a room here.
Yeah, there was only another couple.
Was there? It seemed
was
like
a
it seemed like
big
we were the only
hotel.
ones there.
It was like
Yeah, it really
two-
did seem like
two
that.
people there.
Yeah.
So
Other than
they're
us?
still
It was a
lacking.
very unique hotel, though. My point being, though,
Oh my gosh,
that
yes.
this hotel, which is located right across the street from Mothman, which is
Yeah.
the thing that's kind of keeping
And the
town alive.
stanchions.
know.
Stanchions, they had those there.
Yeah, there's still a memorial.
No, those are the stanchions are those things
I
that
don't know
are
what that means.
Yeah, what are you saying?
stanchions. They're the things
Nobody knows what that word is.
when you're
What is
at
the exact definition of that? You
a
pulled up-
stanchion.
I'll go-
A stanchion is just a thing that blocks the line of people walking into a building.
Like
It's
to
not
get
an
in?
important. I was just saying.
An
there was
upright
a
bar, post, or frame forming a support or barrier.
So you know, like when you
Oh,
when you
Wait. A frame that holds the head of a cow in place.
Yes.
No, that's not what it was.
Especially to
It didn't.
facilitate
they might have had the
milking.
first one. They definitely didn't have the second one.
I wasn't saying the second one.
You know, like when you go to a club and you have to like sometimes you have to be on a list to get in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I've never had to be on a list to get.
No.
in.
Well,
Sometimes
yeah, but what were you going to say about that?
no, but when you go to a club,
have to
sometimes
get
like
on
if
the
it's like a
list.
busy club or like if it's like
That's
a hot
for, like,
spot, you got to be on a
average
list to get in.
Sometimes.
No, but I'm saying
yeah. But what does that mean?
You might have to
I
get
I just
on
mean
the
like you
list,
could be a
Jesse.
VIP or
I've seen
something,
it in
but
movies.
Yes.
I've
How
seen
is that
movies.
related? How is that related to what we're talking about?
Yeah. What if
No, the point I was making, because you talked about like
Stanchion.
the stanchion, that sometimes at a club, if like there's a doorman or something, or it might be one or two, and you go like, oh yeah, cool, we're trying to get in, I'm with my group, and they'll like look at a list and they'll say, well, are you on the list? And you might be like, well, I don't know. And then if
What
you're
does
not on the
that
list,
do
you
with the
can't get.
Mothman?
My point is, he talked about stanchions before.
All right.
Can they-
After each episode, hey, just hold up, please, people. Okay. Can we do better?
Can we do better?
Rapid fire. You guys all just give your yes or no answers. Could we do better?
Yeah, if I went back and I think picked a new major in college and studied something that I felt there was going to be more of a return in when I actually joined the working force, maybe rethought some
What?
decisions. I think I could do better.
No, just the Mothman stuff. Could we do better with that?
I learned what a rapid fire question was. My thought is I would like to go back and do a follow-up episode. I can't talk.
At the hotel.
On the Low Hotel.
Yes, I
That was
agree.
very
I
interesting.
agree.
I would do.
We saw some stuff,
That'd be
but it
really
wasn't enough to
scary.
put in the episode.
I
But
would
we
think
saw
you could do an
doors
episode on the
shaking
hotel itself.
and people walking through the to the lobby that were not
Yeah,
human.
that is true.
Lots of stuff happened.
We should have recorded
We
it.
Didn't we like
And then-
ring the bell a
What's
couple
the
times
next-
too?
Is there
that didn't even come
and then
to
the last thing
Yeah.
we'll do to end each episode, Micah, local legend that you want to talk about? Are there any that you want to make sure you bring up?
Was I supposed to-
Local legends.
Yeah, these are the ones you did the research for, the local legends that are specific to just around, like specific place, lesser
our
known
area.
legend.
Lesser known legends.
Everyone's going to know about the Mothman, and they're getting additional information here, but now they're going to get, additional little stories, little small one. Little small story to finish this out. A real one, but one of the true ones that you were researching. You didn't. All right. Well, we're gonna get some of
Last
our
night I
ducks
got
in
a
the
text
row.
from John
Thank you
saying,
guys.
Okay, we're starting at 6 tomorrow. And I was like, starting at 6 for what?
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. Once
What?
again, this is Beyond the Truth, the official podcast outgrowth of the Finding the Truth series, where we explore the truth surrounding the truth of monsters, myths, legends, and lore. Thanks for tuning in. See you in the next episode. You guys really need to let the stuff go about the intro and the outro. I worked hard on this, and I got all of your
It's good.
takes
It's
on.
fine.
I told you I hated
It's
it.
fine. John, you have some whiskey over there, and I think it should be over here.